Hello friends, my name is Habib. Today we are going to learn how to make dark and light theme using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So, as you can see, I have this and I'm going to write HTML and then I can add a link. href is equal to index.css, and then I can add a script. Source is equal to index.js, and so now h1. So now I add a h1. Okay, lorem ipsum blah 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 generate lorem ipsum. So now I'm going to copy this here. So now I'll go here, Control O to open. I'll go to Documents, yes, index.html. Looks like Google Translators came in to help me. I'm going to make it to remain as Latin since this text is not meant to have any meaning. So I'll also add a button that says yes. Finally, I'm going to add a rudimentary nav bar. Now I'm going to make these h3s instead of making them a tags. I'm going to make these to be h3s. Now you should make them to be a tags so that you actually be able to add links to them. Yes, no, lorem English. So even lorem translated to English doesn't have any meaning. So now I'm going to go to the div and I'll make the display to be flex. Now div dot light. I'll make the display to be flex. I'll make the justify content to be spaced around. Whoops. I'm going to make the class to be light. Well, I'll make this one's class to be light, and I'll also make this one's class to be light. Oops. Reload. Let me just write dot light. Whoops. There we go. And so now I'll make the background color to be cornflower blue, and I'll increase the padding to like 30 pixels, 30 rem. A bit too much. 10 rems. Also a bit too much. 3 rems. Okay, make this div dot light. So anyways, blech. So now I'm going to start the text in it. h3. Now this is the good way of styling. I'm just styling this way since I'm too lazy. I'll set the font size to 3 rems. Margin to 0. There we go. And now for this, I'm going to add a bit of padding to the top. And now for the button, now what I'll do for the button, I will increase the padding to like 30 pixels. No, wait, let me just set the width and height separately. Width to 4 rem and the height, I'm looking at the aspect ratio to 1/2 to ratio 1/2. Oh no, I want it to look long, not this. I can increase the width and then it's going to be consistent. So now what I'm going to do is that I'll set the background color to, I don't know, light blue. I'll set the border to, I don't know, black solid 2 pixels. And then I'll round the edges. Border radius should be about 30 pixels. Then I will wrap this. I'll wrap this in a div with the class of center. And so anything with a class of dot center, the display is going to be flex. I was going to justify content center. There we go. I will add some padding to the top. I will to reduce this padding on this lorem to be half. And make this button to be bigger. I would also set the font size to 20 pixels. Why did I use pixels this time? So now we have this basic sock. Now you see that I've added a class of .light to everything. You're going to see why. Now to make the actual JavaScript, oops, this is going to be light instead. Now this button is going to be the thing that determines whether the theme is light or dark. I'm going to make this to be C. C makes more sense. Oh, it doesn't actually do anything. So I'll go to the JavaScript and write document.getElement by ID C f.addEventListener. Yes. On click. So I'll write my function, comma function, e. I will console.log yes. Reload, inspect, go to console, and click. Okay, let me just set this to click. Now reload, now click. Oh. Oh no, I made a spelling mistake. This is not meant to be in, that's meant to be. There we go. Yes. So now what we're going to do instead is that I'll set the f.text content to dark. Now we want it to be toggling, so if then f.text content is equal to dark, so anyways, if it's dark, then do this, else set this to light. Oh yeah, if this is dark, then set it to light, and if it is light, then set it to dark. It's pretty toggleable. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm also going to add another class called y. And so this is equal to document dot query selector all y. So we get everything with a class of y for y's for I is equal to 0, I is less than f2 dot length, call this f2, I plus plus f2 I or text content said to be equal to yes. Reload. Doesn't seem to work. Whoops, it's meant to be dot y, not y. Okay, now everything is yes, sadly. So anyways, set this text content, set it to be yes. Now, so now it will go through each of these, and then if, so now I am supposed to put this in here. If this is clicked, set this, set f2i dot class list dot add to it dark. Oh wait, this is if it's dark, add light to it. And remove dark from it. And so if that's not the case, add dark to it and remove light from it. Whoops, I forgot to replace these. This is meant to be dot remove, and this is meant to be also meant to be dot remove. So now reload, and okay, it should work. Let's check. Error. I is not defined. I forgot to add this for loop. Oh, what a silly mistake. So anyways, let me add this for loop and change this to dark. Change this to light. Now this should work when this is clicked, and yes. Oh. This thing it checks if it's dark. So I would also set the text content to dark. Set f.text content to light. And in here I'll set f.text content to dark. Okay, so now this is light. It's now dark. light, dark, light, dark. But there's something wrong with this. Like, this is not what's supposed to happen. Making it light and make it dark, it's not supposed to remove all of the styling from it. So I'm going to create separate classes for when it's light and when it is dark. Now the background color instead. So when this div is dark, the background color, let me go to color picker. Light. Anyways, let me go to color picker. So I'll make this to be a lighter version of cornflower blue when it's dark. And when this button is dark, well, duh. With button dots dark, I'll set the border to white. Oh yeah, let me also add dots dark and dots light classes for the body. When the body is light, our two classes to the body, class is equal to y and the light. When the body is light, set the background color to white, and when the body is dark, set the background color instead to, let me go to the color picker to choose a good color, to this, I guess. Should work. Yikes. Oops, I also forgot to set the H1. Only set the H3. Oh, this color looks ugly. Make it turn out that brighter. Oh yeah, let me go to H1 dot light. All this is going to do is set the color to black, and the dark version, it just sets the color to white. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel, ObaCode. Bye.